Now, Nigeria is popular for a lot of things, and top among them is our fashion. When you see us, we're different. The Nigerian fashion industry is blessed with highly creative designers who are pushing out clothing that are exhibited on runways across the world. It is now the hip thing to be spotted in fashion spices or pieces with a touch of African prints like the Adire, the Ankara, Shuki, and the likes. Celebrities like Rihanna and Beyonce are known for rocking African prints very often. Social media platforms like Instagram played a huge role in projecting Nigerian fashion to the world. Industry players now want the federal government to put structures in place that will boost the industry even the more. This is what we'll be talking about in the next couple of minutes. And joining me is the creative director, Kola Kuddus Couture, and President Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. Kola, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Great. Now, when it comes to fashion, I know I've seen some of your stuff and they're really amazing, I must say.
Thank you.
However, the issue there is we are always talking about how talented, how creative Nigerians are in every aspect of life, not just in fashion, but we're narrowing it down to fashion now. And when we talk about encouraging Nigerians to patronize the made in Nigeria products and in fashion and all of that, how is that going though? Let's start from there.
Interestingly, I think the patronage is going fine. With awareness, like you mentioned, social media is actually doing much more for it. But going further, I think there needs to be more of policies that will encourage and grow the industry.
What kind of policies are we looking at?
So I'll give you an example, as basic as the government putting policies in place to say every ministry, parastatal is allowed to wear the traditional wear. Compulsorily. Okay. As an option, like you can wear your native wear, you can wear anything made in Nigeria. If you make that possible, what it means is you're going to be talking about from the scratch to finish of the fashion industry value chain. Everybody is going to be really occupied in terms of production.
All right, I think that will work, just like in Lagos State, for instance, where like the Lagos State House of Assembly, every Friday deliberations are held in Yoruba, which makes it really beautiful as a way of promoting the language and all of that. Some of these kind of subtle things, soft things here and there. Now, talk to us, in some of the designs that you make, when you're coming up with something, what really drives how you design what you design? Because I've seen some of your designs really unique. What guides the way you design your stuff?
So for me, as a creative person and as a designer, I think my core competence is creativity. So I like to create. So I would say I'm more of the creative person. So every time I like to churn out something new, I like to create something unique. And because of that, I get very tired of new designs. So as I'm creating it, it feels old to me. I want to create the next thing. So I'm spontaneously designing based on maybe my physical environment, maybe when I'm into my metaphysical mood and I'm trying to create something new out of the box. It might just be a mood, it might just be a place I've visited, it might just be a new movie I've seen, then I want to create something out of it.
Wow, even movies?
Yes, exactly.
Wow, that's really amazing. Now, talk to us about the issue of collaborations and deliberate promotion and projection of the fashion industry even beyond the shores of Nigeria. How easy or difficult or challenging is that?
To be honest with you, talking about collaboration and promoting outside Nigeria, so I'll give you a very typical example a lot of us know about. Anytime you have a family or friend coming from outside of Nigeria, they will always request you, when you're coming back, help me send a traditional wear. It's a common factor. So somebody coming back will always say, help me sew this thing in Nigeria and help me bring it when you're coming back. It's not something new. It's been there in ages. Now, if you now look at the volumes of Nigerians in particular that are moving outside and now resident outside of Nigeria, they want to still have the feel, the taste of the African home Nigerian culture. So because of that, it means we need to start making huge plans to have this product stocked in stores abroad. So you need to reduce that.
So it's like a new market emerging.
It's been there,
right?
But now, like everybody's moving.
Yeah.
And they need to have this product over there, just the way they want to move African food. Anytime somebody comes to Nigeria, they'll tell you, help me bring gari, help me bring beans. That's the way they want to get their African wares over there as well. And like I said, it's now becoming a day-to-day consumable. So it's no longer, I need to wear suits to work. I can actually wear my traditional outfit to work, and it's acceptable. So the increase is there, the demand is there.
So the trends are also changing now.
Definitely.
Where people are finding the pride of using the African fabric or the African designs to anywhere, even across the world.
Yes, definitely.
Talk to us, how is Instagram and social media, how are they, complementing and adding up to making the fashion industry in Nigeria robust?
So let me go this way. For every gathering you see everybody on their phone. And once people are on their phone, most times they are on social media. Either it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everybody's checking something. Now, Instagram is more particular because it's a pictorial expression of whatever you're putting out there. People like pictures, people like images, people love colors. And if you look at it, that is what fashion is about. So fashion is more about images, expression, colors, interactions, and communication. So most times people tell you, the moment you see someone, the first thing you notice is their clothes before they even speak to you. So the moment I open Instagram or social media and I see somebody looking good, before I read the caption, I'm already looking at the clothes. I'm already admiring what the person is wearing. So fashion and social media are like one and two. You can't separate them because social media is more about images. Yes, people go to Twitter to read, but everybody loves to see pictures. Everybody loves to see images, colors, expression, and that's what fashion is about. And that's why fashion and social media complement themselves back to that.
Now, for you, talk to us. Do you have instances where you walk into an event and you see a design, you be like, this is good, but it could have been this other way. If they had done it this way, it would have been. Have you had situations like that?
So I'll give an example. A lot of times I sometimes feel like I'm a critic.
Okay.
In my mind, I try not to. Yes, I'm a critic in my mind. I try not to express so people don't feel offended. So every time I see an outfit, I'm like, okay, this is nice, but you could have done it like this. But you don't want to always come out that way because you don't know exactly what the person was thinking while they were creating that piece. So they might actually be in a very sad mood, and they are trying to communicate that sadness, or they are trying to communicate that emotion. And that's why you see a lot of those designs. So if you really don't understand the notion behind that design, you can't really criticize it. So you might say, it's not well properly done, but by the time the designer explains the design process and how they arrived at that design, you agree with them that this is actually correct in terms of expressing that concept of design.
Amazing. What is the competition issues like? Because we see that it is a huge industry where everyone is struggling to be out there, to be noticed, to be on the limelight, to be, to garner in more clientele base and all of that. How do you relate with each other? Because you are a brand, he is a brand, she is a brand, and so on.
To be honest with you, I have two different notions about competitions in the fashion industry. And I would also like to mention that we actually have an association, which is Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria, FADAN, which I am the president. Now, in the association, we have a combinations of different designers from different spheres, and we have chapters across Nigeria. Now, what we play out is we try to work together with the power of numbers. Now, when you talk about competition, my first notion is there are over 200 million people in Nigeria. If you can capture 1% of that market, you're fine.
Wow.
You're fine. I don't think there's any designer in Nigeria as it is today that can produce or cater for 1 million people. So there's enough market. So that's just talking about Nigeria. And Nigeria is the fashion capital of Africa. Nigeria is the fashion capital of Africa. So you have people from the likes of Ghana, Togo, Cotonou, Cameroon coming to Nigeria to buy from us. And also we just mention of export as well. So you have a very huge you have a very huge market to tap from. So if you can take or try to pick a percentage of the market share, so is valued at the fashion industry in Nigeria is valued at $4.7 billion.
$4.7 billion. That's a lot.
So that's in trillions if you convert it to naira. So I mean, if you can get 0.001 of that market, you're fine. So
well, that's a lot of money.
Exactly. So I don't really see the competition there. So it's just for you to take that part. And most times I feel the greatest competition out there, it's yourself. Because for me, for example, I try to beat myself, I try to beat my standard, I try to beat the number of consumables I'm able to put out there. So if this year I'm able to do 10,000 pieces, next year I'm aiming to do 20,000 pieces. So that's my competition. So I don't even care about what you're doing. So I'm just about myself trying to
improve on yourself.
Exactly. Create better milestones.
Well, like they say, the sky is so wide for all the birds to fly all at the same time, and there will be competition. Now let's talk about the issue of investment. Now, like in the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria, which you are the president, how do you create a platform to attract investment for your members and what they do?
So basically, you know, funding is a very big issue, and I think maybe gradually the industry is beginning to gain its stance, and investors and partnerships and collaborations are kind of looking towards the Nigerian fashion industry. So one of the things we've been able to do is we've been able to reach out to banks, to talk to them, have meetings with them, to see how they can structure out a proper kind of funding for the fashion industry. Because most times what we see is they're just generic type of loans and generic type of investment there. And in most cases, the issue is always a mismatch of funding. So most times as a designer, you need to buy equipment, you need to buy a lot of all these machineries to work with. And you can't take a short-term loan or a short-term investment for long-term loan. So most times what you find out is people that just want to invest and move out of the business in a year or two. Well, it won't work like that, because you've actually invested more than 80% of that money into machinery,
especially into equipment and machinery.
Exactly. So there's no way you can actually recover that so fast. So you need to be talking about 3 to 5 years, 7 years kind of investment to get those proper returns you want, because you need to actually pay for the machines first before you now start talking about profitability.
Okay. Now, like I understand, I hear there's an Adire festival going on in Abeokuta as we speak. It's one of those kind of exhibitions that Nigerians look forward to. But talk to us about how do exhibitions, how do they roll in the money? How do they boost? How do they, activate the business of fashion?
So exhibition is actually I would say it's a part of marketing. Now, standard, you need to go for these exhibitions to get visibility for your brand. Okay. So a typical fashion exhibition would have maybe 100 or 200 vendors exhibiting at the event. And you're expecting between 2,000 and 5,000 prospective customers coming to the event. Now, my typical example is, if I'm able to get 10% data of the people that come for that event. Now, typically people are coming to buy, and I'm able to get 500 contact of people that come for the event. After the event, I can follow up on those 500 contacts. If I'm able to convert 50 of them to become clients, that's good.
Amazing.
And if I can do that,
so it's not just a business on that day.
No, it's not just the business on that day. So you're creating an awareness for your brand. So people come for the event. I'm like, okay, I've never heard about this brand. Can I have your card? Can I have your contact? Then we're talking, we're exchanging ideas, and I'm proposing some designs to you. Okay, I like this. I like to work with you. I like to buy from you. I don't live here. I want to sell them abroad. So it gives you the opportunity to even engage with your client, to know what they like. Okay, I like this. You even collect data to know, okay, these are the pieces they like. So you know the favorites, you know the colors they want, you know the sizes people are asking for. So you're able to gather data, interact with the client, and know what they want, gather those information, and start doing a follow-up on them. Like I said, if you convert 10%, which is 50 people, and you can do that kind of exhibition 4 times in a year, you're fine.
Wow.
So you just keep building on the data you collect and the people you've met. You meet with other designers as well. It's not just about the prospective and customers, because you meet with other designers, you're able to network, gain, learn
share
from
ideas.
them. Exactly. And you can now start talking about collaborations and other stuff.
Amazing. Kola Kuddus, thank you so much for the enlightenment, and thank you for what you do as well. You're the president of the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
Great.